Hi everybody, I'm Linda Kay and I'm a board certified cognitive specialist. I also have a nonverbal learning disorder and ADHD. And today I want to talk to you about this man here. His name is Ben. He is 98 years old and he is my father. And we are having lunch today. And I have been very successful because of my mother and father, but I'm going to talk about my dad today because my dad has wisdom that he taught me. And growing up with a nonverbal learning disorder and being impulsive, I had many difficulties. And my dad really shaped me and made me think about myself differently. And today we have so many differences. We have social media, we have immediate feedback, kids have too much stuff. I want to share with you how my dad helped me. Dad knew I was different. He didn't know I had a nonverbal learning disorder. He didn't know about neurodiversity. But he knew I was different. Right, Dad? You said I'm not run-of-the-mill, right?
I always said that.
You always said that?
Yeah.
Can you talk a little louder? Okay, so I'm not run-of-the-mill. That was your way of saying I was different, right? What did you mean by that? How am I not run-of-the-mill?
Well, everybody's really not the same.
Right.
I'm different from somebody else, and you're different from somebody else.
And a lot of times, you know, I knew that I was different, and I didn't fit in with the kids, and I didn't have any friends. And Dad taught me that being different is okay. Too many kids today are attached to the label. Dad didn't see me as a label. He saw me, and he turned my difficulties into positives and taught me that being different is okay. And he also taught me through sayings. He would have all these little sayings. He made it, you know, those with NVLD like black or white. You know, they don't really think in terms of there's gray areas. It's either one way or it's the other way. And so it was perfect the way he knew. He likes to have his wine every day, twice a day. There's some wisdom for you. He's 98 years old. 2 glasses of wine a day. So he taught me through these simple sayings that were very concrete, black and white. And he brought it home and he really made sense to me. And he would say these expressions that were really opinions. He would make a statement with these sayings, bottom line. And here's some of the things he taught me. Dad, what's that one about you had to be there?
Well, what about it?
What's the saying about you say it all the time?
You had to be there.
You had to be there. Okay?
That's just what it means. You had to be there.
Well, I think that what you taught me is that you learn from experience.
Right.
Right?
You get your experience.
And that you learn through experience and that he would let me fail and solve my own problems. Okay? And he would always talk to me. Didn't you always talk to me all the time?
All the time.
All the time. And he would go through it with me and help me problem solve. And he would say, you know, okay, well, this is what happened. And he would teach me in a roundabout way with these sayings, like how I could deal with it. He was really teaching me problem solving. You know, we didn't have the internet. We played with other kids outside. It was a whole different time. And there was a lot of time for us to talk. We had dinner together. We spent time together. These are the things you need to do with your kids. So he taught me how to repair relationships and things when I messed up on the job. So what's the saying, Dad? You tell everybody. You what?
You had to be there.
You had to be there. Okay. The other thing he taught me is that we're all in the same boat. You know, I'm not so special and I'm not so different and I'm not getting caught on a label. Of course, we didn't have these labels then. But not to get hooked in being different. Learning how to work with it. You are who you are. You can live with a problem. You're not going to die. And to learn to teach your kids how to work with it. Here's the big one that he told me. Keep your doors what? Keep your doors open.
Oh, always keep an open door.
Why would you want to keep an open door?
So you can come back again and talk.
Right. This is wisdom
If
from my
you close
90.
the door, you can't do nothing.
You close the door, you can't do anything, he said.
That's right.
And you might need that person someday, right?
You never know. That's right. You never know when you need somebody. So sometimes you think you don't need them. Don't think that way. Always work and think like you're going to need that person someday.
Okay, so that's what he taught me, because I would get angry when I was misunderstood. And I might want to yell at people when I was younger, and I might stomp and walk away. And this is what he told me, and he would help me work through those situations. So don't ever close anybody out, and don't burn your bridges, is what he taught me. Another thing was, I really had a hard time in school learning, and I would get terrible, terrible grades, and I felt dumb and I felt stupid. And Dad would always say, Linda, did you do the best that you could? Right?
Right.
Did I get in trouble for bad grades?
No.
No. I mean, no, he wouldn't even think of that, because he taught me that I am not a grade, that I am a person, and that there are other things that I do really well, and that grades don't measure a person. So he always said, do the best that you can, and then he was happy with me. The other thing is, you wanted me to work hard, right? Like all these kids today, everything's given to them and they're coddled. Just because parents feel bad that they are on the spectrum or they have a nonverbal learning disorder, ADHD, I understand that you feel bad and you want to make home a very safe place for them because the world is hard. But you're not doing any favors because you're not teaching them about real life. And it's going to cause more problems because they're not going to be treated that way in the world. So you wanted me to work hard, right?
Sure.
What, you didn't give me a lot of stuff.
No.
Why?
I wanted you to work for it.
You wanted me to earn it.
Earn it.
Why did I have to earn it?
You'll appreciate it more.
I would appreciate it more instead of having things given to me. And I did have to work a lot harder than others. So he wanted me to work hard. I learned from my failures and my mistakes. ADHD and nonverbal people and those that are, neurodiverse don't always learn from their mistakes. It takes many, many, many times. But each time, Dad would work with me. He would talk to me. He'd use these sayings and highlight it, and we'd work through it, like I said earlier. The other thing was I wasn't happy all the time because I wasn't really successful in school. I didn't have a lot of friends, and things were really, really hard for me. And he understood that, but he always told me to keep it what? He told me to keep it simple, right?
Keep it simple, yeah.
Wisdom from my 98-year-old father, keep it simple. He said to me, Linda, I don't need a lot to be happy. If I had a nice steak for dinner, I was happy.
Mm-hmm.
If I saw the sunrise and it was beautiful, I was happy. He told me to look for the simple things. So, is that what keep it simple means, Dad?
I know what it does, yeah.
What else does it mean? Put your hands down. What else does keep it simple mean?
It means what it says, Linda.
It means what it says,
Yeah,
okay.
Don't complicate it.
Don't complicate it, he said. And so these are the things he taught me. So I wanted you to learn from this because I came out pretty good. I'm successful. Had I had parents that maybe would have coddled me, maybe would have sheltered me, and the thing is, they knew I was gullible and naive. They knew that I could be taken advantage of. But it didn't stop from me going out there and working hard. And also there was a balance of protection so I wouldn't be taken advantage of. And to learn when we don't process the 60 to 80% of nonverbal communication, we can be gullible. So they would come in, my dad, and teach me all these things so that I could figure out if somebody had an agenda. So he didn't know that he was doing these things. It was way before his time. But he did them. And I want to encourage you to embrace some of this with your children. Anything else you want to say, Dad, to live a long, healthy, happy life?
You said it.
I said it, and here you go. Here's your wine. He drinks it twice a day. Bye-bye for now, everybody.